Hi students, in the last class we have discussed so many things. That means we have completed case 1 and their problems. So I gave you some homework by one, and I gave you some problems from our textbook, the handsheet. So up to 8 I have given. So many students asking 11th problem is doubts, 11th problem is doubts. I will explain this. So before going to that, so we have to discuss second case. The problems in the second case we have in our textbook, in our syllabus. Case 3 we don't have, but we have to learn case 3 also. Did you understand? Case 2 and their problems are there in our textbook, in our syllabus. Case 3 is not there, but we have to discuss that also. Okay? So shall we discuss case 2? So can you guess what is case 2? What is case 2? Can you tell? So before going to case 2, what is case 1? Tell me, what is case 1? Case 1, the denominator g of x has non-repeated linear factors. Denominator g of x having non-repeated linear factors. So we have discussed the method and also problems. So now we are discussing case 2. What is case 2? Can anyone guess? That is, when the denominator, observe carefully, heading is the important, when the denominator what is the denominator? G of x has repeated. Answer to this. When the denominator has repeated linear factors. This is it. When the denominator g of x has repeated linear factors. Denominator g of x, it has the factors in the form of repeated linear factors. So we have a doubt in your mind. What is repeated linear factors? What is repeated linear factors? What is non-repeated linear factor? Non-repeated linear factors we have completed already. That means x minus 2 is one of the factors of g of x. X minus 3 is one of the factors of the g of x. That means x minus 3, x minus 2. These two are non-repeated. Those are not repeating. Those are the linear factors, but those are not repeating. So in our topic, case 2 has denominator has repeated linear factors. That means, for example, x minus a is a factor of g of x. Just think about this. X minus a, is it linear factor? Is it linear factor? Yes, it is a linear factor. How it is? Denominator x has the coefficient, x has the exponent 1. That's why this is a linear factor. So this is a linear factor. In our topic, the linear factor having repeat, it comes continuously. That means more than 2 times. For example, if you write here 3, that means x minus a whole cube. X minus a whole cube means that this is x minus a into x minus a into x minus a. So that means x minus a is a linear factor. It repeats 3 times. It repeats 3 times. That's why we are telling repeated linear factors. For example, it has 2, we are writing x minus a into x minus a. For example, it has 4, we are writing x minus a, x minus a, x minus a, x minus a. For example, it has 10, we are writing x minus a for x minus a into x minus a into x minus a for 10 times. For example, if we have x minus a whole to the power of m, how can we write? X minus a into, we are writing like this, x minus a into x minus a into x minus a and so on up to how many times? N times. So this is the called linear factors. This is the card. Linear factor. So you know the small thing. The thing is x. How can we read this? Is x minus a whole cube. You are using a word whole. Whole means we are using bracket. Bracket x minus a whole cube. For example, if we had like this x minus a like this, how can we read this? X minus a cube. Why? Because the cube belongs to only a, not for x. If you apply the bracket, how can we? X minus a whole cube. Why you are using the word cube? Whole means the bracket. So now we are coming to our topic. Denominator g of x has these type of factors. These type of factors. That means it has, for example, if it has x minus 1 coming to either 2 times or 3 times more than that. Not one time. If it has only one, that is not called repeated. 2 means repeating, 2 times is repeating, 3 times repeating, 4, 5 and so on like that. So we have to solve and we have to learn what is the topic of case 2. Okay. For example, as usual, f of x is a numerator, g of x is a denominator. For example, principle we have to know, you have to know that. That is, so we have to write the notes. Listen carefully. Write the notes yourself. For example, g of f of x by g of x is equal to. So in the proper fraction, the sum of two proper fractions is a proper fraction. So we can write the partial fractions for the proper fraction. If we have the improper fraction, so you know that there is also. But how it is? F of x by g of x is equal to, tell me, quotient plus r of x by g of x. We have learned already these two topics in the previous case. So here f of x by g of x, we are learning f of x has repeated linear factors. Repeated linear. If it has 2, we are writing x minus a 2 times. It has 3, we are writing 3 times. 4, we are writing 4 times. So in this way, we are writing. So g of x is a x minus a. G of x is equal to x minus a whole power n. N means we have to take any of the numbers. For example, the principle of this problem is a by a naught by. So we are using n letters. N letters means we cannot write a, b, c, d, e. After z, we are coming to the another letters. For example, a to z means 26 letters. After that, what can we write? So there is a small confusion. That's why we are using a naught, a1, a2, a3, a4, a5 and so on. A. So that's why a1 by the first factor x minus a. Observe clearly. It has a naught by x minus a plus the second one is a1 by x minus a whole square. First one is a naught by x minus a plus the second one x minus a1 by x minus a whole square. Do you have any doubt? So plus third one is a3 by x minus a whole cube plus, for example, it has 4, a4 by x minus a whole power 4 plus and so on plus an by x plus a whole power n. So we have, I think, some doubts on your mind. I will clarify that before going to problems. If we are going to the problems, we can clearly, it's clear sense of the method. But before going to that, we have to get some knowledge from this. So for example, f of x. So we know that f of x is a polynomial or a function. So we cannot bothering about the numerator. Alright. So g of x has only two factors. For example, if it has x minus a whole square. X minus a whole square means we are writing only 2 terms. First term is a naught by x minus a. X minus a is the factor of x minus a square. Am I right? X minus a is the factor of x minus a whole square. So plus a1 by x minus a whole square. For example, it has 3 terms. We are adding x minus a whole cube. 4 terms, x minus a whole power 4. N terms, x plus, sorry, I wrote wrong, sorry. This is x minus a whole power n. So, you have to understand some things. Sir, we are writing x minus a into x minus a into x minus a into x minus a into x minus a. But why you are writing the second term x minus a whole square, third term x minus a whole cube, 4, how it is done, sir? That means, for example, we are writing partial fractions. We are dividing, we are decomposition of the fractions. So, the first one x minus a whole square is divided into 2 types. The first one a1 by or a naught by x minus a is one of the partial fraction plus a1 by x minus a whole square. X minus a is the factor of x minus a whole square. Am I right? X minus a is the factor of x minus a whole square. X minus a whole square is the factor of x minus a whole cube. X minus a whole cube is the factor of x minus a whole power 4. We are writing partial fractions, that means decomposition of the fractions. That's why we have a doubt in your mind. For example, x minus a whole square means x minus a into x minus a. We are thinking a1 naught by x minus a plus a1 by x minus a. That is not correct. That is not correct. X minus, for example, 2 is 4. What is the LCM of 2 comma 4? 4. So we are writing a naught by 2 plus a1 by 4. Why? Because 2 comma 4, the LCM of 2 comma 4 is the 4 is the LCM. This is the method. So here, so already we know that what is a naught, a1, a3, a1. Sorry, give some points. A naught, a1, a2, a3 and so on, an. What are these? A naught, a1, a2, a3, a4 and so on, an are real numbers. What are that? Real numbers. We have already discussed this thing. A naught by ax plus b, a1 by a1, a2x plus b2, something like that. Have you understand? So this is the method for the case 2. Denominator has repeated linear factors. Can you write the notes? So I will show you what you have to write in the notes. Once listen, I am reading. Repeated linear factors. So repeated linear factors of x minus a whole power n of the denominator corresponds partial fractions of the form f of x by g of x is equal to a naught by x minus a plus a1 by x minus a whole square plus a2 by x minus 3 whole cube plus a3 by x minus a whole power 4 and so on, an by x to the power of n, where a naught, a1, a2, a3 and so on, an are real numbers, are constants. You have to write the notes from this. Are you okay? Are you okay? So we have to write the notes. We have to write the first one sentence. What is x minus a whole power n? X minus a whole power n is a repeated linear factor. Their partial fraction form is. That's right. That's it. We have to write the note. That's it. These two sentences. First of all, what is x minus a whole power n? X minus a whole power n is a repeated linear factors, and their partial fractions form is a naught by. This is the method. Don't forget to write the condition. What is a naught, a1, a2, a3 and a4? These are the repeated linear factors of g of x. For example, before going to problems, we have to see the one example. For example, two x plus 9 by x plus 2 whole square into x plus 3. Once look at the board. Oh, sorry. I wrote you one thing, that is first of all like this. For example, this is x plus 2 whole square. So, observe the denominator. The denominator is x plus 2 whole square. X plus 2 whole square is a repeated linear factor. What is that? repeated linear factor. How can we partiate? This is a by x plus 2 plus b by x plus 2 whole square. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? First one, a by x plus 2 plus b by x plus 2. This is the condition. The denominator has repeated linear factors. It has 2 times, that's why you are writing x plus 2 whole square. 3 times, you know that. 4 times, you know that. 5 times, you know that. For example, it has a mixed case. I wrote rough it and I wrote on the board. That is, for example, it has mixed. How it is mixed? For example, the same problem, 2x plus 9 by x plus 2 whole square into x plus 3. You have to observe the board. You have to look at the board. You have to observe the board. The first thing is the denominator x plus 2 whole square. That means repeated linear factors. But the second case, it has repeated linear factors. This is, and it is a only once coming. There is non-repeated. This is non-repeated. X plus 1 is only one time. So we have to solve this problem in the previous case. In the previous case, that means case 1. Can we solve that problem? Resolve the problem 2x plus 9 by x plus 2 whole square into x plus 3 into partial fractions. Can you solve by the case 1? By case 1, can you solve? We cannot. Why? Because the denominator has x plus 2 whole square. This is repeated linear factors. So how can we write? So observe this. This is a repeated factors. This is non-repeated. That means a linear factor. So if you want to write the partial fractions of the given fraction, the denominator must be in ascending order. Their powers must be in ascending order. That means degrees are in ascending order. That means I am telling you, first of all, a by, first the linear factor x plus 3. First linear factor, I wrote a linear factor. Now I am coming to the repeated factors. How can we write the repeated factors? B by x plus 2 whole square means first we have to write x plus 2 plus c by x plus 2 whole square. I hope you understand. Did you? You understand? Sure. This is okay. There is no doubt about here. So here also nothing is there. First of all, x plus 2 whole square is a repeated linear factors. X plus 2 whole square, x plus 2 is coming 2 times. And the linear factor x plus 3. This is the mixed case. Mixed case means it has a linear factor and also a linear factor and also a repeated factor. Linear factor and repeated factor. So in this case, first we have to write the linear factor a by x plus 3 plus, and the remaining repeated factors are already we know in the first example. That means b by the first one x plus 2, c by x plus 2 also. Are you okay? So these are the examples. Now we are coming to the problems. So be careful, students. Write the notes clearly. This is the main step. This is the main problem. I told you all and I read you. So we have to write in the notes. So these are the examples. Write in your own way. You have to write 2 to 3 examples. Then then you can understand easily. So we are coming to the problems. So how can we solve the problems? For example, be careful, students. If you have any doubts, ask me. Okay. The problems are resolve. Two x plus 9 by or 2x plus 3 by, what is the different problem? X plus 1 whole cube into partial fractions. Into partial fractions. Can we solve this? Can we, so before going to do the problem, before going to blind sense, we have to think with your brain. Can we solve this problem in the previous case one? Can we solve a by x plus 1 plus b by what can you write? What can you write in the first case one? So we cannot solve this problem in the case one. So now we are using case 2. I think you are understand very well. So that is solution 2. 2x plus 3 by x plus 1 whole cube is equal. Can you write? You have to write. That means I am telling a by. So before going to, can we solve cube? So I think it is somehow, that means not this much, somehow tough. For example, I am explaining first square. First I am writing square. Before then we are coming to the cube. Why you rough it sir 3 to 2? That means cube means it has 3 variables a, b, c. So you have to use the trial and error method. You can get that is not a tough, but the first problem. So the first problem. This is the first problem. That's why we can use the easiest. That not only very easiest, somehow easy. And the third one we can use the x plus the whole. The second one is you can use x plus the whole. So this is I am writing x plus 1 plus b by x plus 1 whole square. A by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 1 whole square. So the next steps. Already we know very well about this. So we have done most of the problems, and so we have completed homework problems and some of the problems from our textbook. So we can solve. So find the LCM. So the new LHS is the same. 2x plus 3 by x plus 1 whole square is equal to, the LCM is x plus 1 whole square. So x plus 1 cancel by x plus 1 whole square, x plus 1 times. So a into x plus 1 plus x plus 1 whole square cancel by x plus 1 whole square 1 time. So 1 b is a b. These two are cancelled. What you are getting? 2x plus 3 is equal to a into x plus 1 plus b. So one of your students, I think it's Jyotika, have solved this problem in a different way. That is also correct, that is not wrong, but the process of the problem is somehow big. Here our target is finding the values of a and b. Our target is finding the values of a and b. So in that process we are taking the values of x by trial and error. That means we are taking x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2. That is the correct process. If you understand your method, you can follow that. If you understand my method, that is this is what I am explaining here, so you can follow this. For example, I am taking here x plus 1 is the factor, that means x is equal to what can you substitute here? Minus 1. So I am writing if x is equal to minus 1. If x is equal to minus 1. So substitute it. 2 into minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2 plus 3, 1. 1 is equal to, if you substitute minus 1 here, minus 1 plus 1, 0. A into 0, 0. So b is equal to 1. B into 1 is equal to, so b is equal to 1. So here we get the values of b. We don't get the value of a. This time we have to take any value in the place of x as your wish. Any value. So my choice is 0. 0 is my choice. So I am taking if x is equal to 0. I am taking x is equal to 0. That's my wish. If you don't want 0, you can apply any of the value your wish. Either fractions also not a problem. That's your wish. So 0, 2 zeros are 0. 0 plus 3, 3 is equal. Substitute here 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 into a. a plus b. Already we solved the value of b. The value of b is 1. Substitute here. That means 3 is equal to a plus 1. 1 comes to here, minus 3 minus 1 is equal to 2 is equal to a. 2 is equal to a. Therefore, our final answer is 2x plus 3 by x plus 1 whole square is equal to a by, what is a? 2 by x plus 1 plus b by 1 by x plus 1 whole square. That is 2 by x plus 1 plus 1 by x plus 1 whole square. Do you understand? Nothing is there. So if you write the first step in a correct way, the remaining is depending on your calculation. What I have to take the values of x. So by comparing the coefficients also correct. By comparing the coefficients, I will tell you one of the problems in that method, so you can understand. So this is the method in case 2. This is the problem in case 2. Can we solve the, I rough it x plus 1 square, but actually I wrote x plus 3. Can we solve this time? Or different problem? Take the different one. Sure. The problem is x square plus 5x plus 7 by x minus 1 whole cube. Look at the problem. X square plus 5x plus 7 by x minus 1 whole cube. So before going to solve this problem, use your brain. Can we write the partial fractions of this fraction? Can we write? Think. Yes, we can. We are writing the partial fractions for only proper fractions. If it has improper fraction, the method is the same, different. So okay, don't think about that. So is it proper fraction? Is it proper fraction? Is it? Yes, it is a proper fraction. Why sir? Here x square, x coefficient is, x exponent is 2, here x exponent is 3, so it is a partial. Can we solve? Can we solve this problem in the case 1? In the method of case 1? Can you? So we cannot. So we can solve this problem by case 2. How it is? Solution. X square plus 5x plus 7 by x minus 1 whole cube is equal. We have to write. This is the main step of the problems. So we get a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square plus c by x minus 1 whole cube. A by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square plus c by x minus 1 whole cube. Are you okay? X minus 1, x minus a 1 whole square plus c by x minus 1 whole cube. So we can proceed. So apply the LCM of the denominators. So these steps we can write a very easy way. Easy way means, so write a shortcut way, so that the denominators are cancelled. We can get the answer. So that means we have to reduce the steps. So we can do directly. X square plus 5x plus 7 is equal. Can you guess? A into the LCM is x minus 3. Shall I write one step? Okay, I can write. Here x minus 1 whole cube is equal to, the LCM is x minus 1 whole cube. X minus 1 cancel by x minus 1 whole cube. How many times? X minus 1 whole square time. So a into x minus 1 whole square plus b into x minus 1 plus c. Observe this very clearly. X minus 1 has the power 1, but our denominator has the power 3, so it will cancel by 2 times. So I am applying x minus 1 whole square plus x minus 1 whole square. It has 2, it is 3, the differentiation is 1, that's why 1 time. Plus here the denominators are equal, so you are writing c. So this one and this one are cancelled. What will you get? X square plus 5x plus 7 is equal. Here a into x minus 1 whole square plus b into x minus 1 plus c. So up to here I think everyone is correct. Now we have to use your brain in a sharp way. I am writing first one, if x is equal to 1, why is x minus 1 is a factor, x minus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 1. So apply here 1 square 1 plus, we can write directly 1 plus 5 1s are 5, 1 plus 5 6 plus 7 13 is equal a into 1 minus 1 0, that means a 0, 1 minus 1 0, b 0, then c is equal, we are getting only c, so c is equal to 13, c is equal to 13. Are you okay? Now we can, this time from now we have to take any of the numbers by your choice, that I am taking. I am always prefer, my choice is x is equal to 0. Here x square 0 square 0, 5 zeros are 0, 7 is now apply here. If you apply 0 here, 0 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 whole square 1 into a plus here x minus 1, x means 0 into minus 1 minus 1 into b minus b. Here c means, already we know the value of c is 13. This time 13 transpose to here, it becomes minus 13, 7 minus 13 is equal to minus 6. That means what you are getting, minus 6 is equal to a minus b. But we don't want value of a minus b, so no need to keep the bracket. So next again, so what can you keep? Shall we keep minus 1? So if x is equal to minus 1, minus 1 whole square 1 minus 5 into minus 1 minus 5 plus 7 is equal to a into, observe here, x minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 whole square 4, that means a into 4 plus b into x minus 1 minus 2, that means b into minus 2 plus c value is 13. 1 minus 5 minus 4 minus 4 plus 7 3 plus 13 comes to here already 3 minus 13 minus 10 is equal to 4a minus 2. So we are keeping, this is the equation 1, this is equation 2. we can solve first and the second equations by elimination method. So that's why I am writing first equation into 2. I am getting first equation into 2. That is equal to. Now what can you get? First equation with 2. 2a minus 2b is equal to minus 12. Second equation as it is. That means 4a minus 2b is equal to minus 10. Changing the signs. These two are cancelled here. Minus 2a is equal to minus 2. Am I right? So a is equal to 1. So I am substituting a is equal to 1 in the equation 1. Substitute there. From 1. Minus 6 is equal to 1 minus b. 1 is a plus, comes to here minus. Minus 6 minus 1. Minus 7 is equal to minus b. Minus minus are cancelled. So 7 is equal to b. Observe once. Here we are getting two equations. The combination of a and b. A minus b is equal to minus 6. 4a minus 2b is equal to 10. In this case, we have to cancel. This is the elimination method. We have to eliminate either a or b. I think we know very well about this. That's why I can go directly. 4. So I want to cancel b. Here only one b are there. Here two b's are there. That's why I am multiplying 2 with the first equation. So 2a minus 2b is equal to 6 2s are minus 12. I am taking second equation as it is. Why? Because here 2b, here 2b are cancelled. Have to cancel. So that means I am taking the second equation as it is. So if you multiply if you are thinking first equation is multiplied by 2, the same thing you have to multiply. We are thinking like that. The second equation also multiplied by 2. That is wrong. Why it is wrong? We have to cancel b. We have to cancel b. The first equation has only one b. The second equation has two b's. So if you multiply the 2 with the first equation, b becomes 2b. The second equation 2b, both will be cancelled. That's why 2a minus 2b is equal to minus 12. I am taking the second equation as it is. 4a minus 2b is equal to minus 10. 2b's are cancelled. Minus 2b is equal to a is equal to value. If you substitute a is equal to 1 in the place of equation 1, I am getting the b value. Therefore, final answer. What is that? X square plus 5x plus 7 by x minus 1 whole cube is equal to, what is the value of a? A here 1. 1 by x minus 1 plus b by b 7. 7 by x minus 2 whole square plus c 13. 13 by x minus 1 whole cube. This is the solution. So I think you understand very well why I am erasing 3 to 2 in the previous problem. So this is somehow a long and the somehow different. So the first problem is always a simple problem. That's why I told you that problem. That's why I am erasing 3 to 2. Okay, this is the method. So if you have any doubt, is this right or wrong, you have to verify yourself. You have to verify. So find the LCM of the denominators x minus 1 whole cube, x minus 1 cancel by here, x minus 1 whole square. Plus here you can solve. So you have to get the x square plus 5x plus 7. The denominators are the same, x minus 1 whole cube. This is the problem in case 2. Note. Okay. So I will tell you one more problem in this method. Then I will go to the case 3. I told you again, case 3 problems are not there in our textbook, but you have to learn. You have to learn. Okay. So I will give you one problem. This I will tell you one problem, that is a mixed. I told you I did not tell the mixed. I am telling you only repeated. In the previous problem whole square. This problem x minus 1 whole cube. This time we have repeated. We have mixed. Mixed means one is a linear factor and the second one is a repeated linear factor. We can solve that problem. Then we can go to the case 3. Okay. Am I right? Okay, that is 5x plus 7 by 5x plus 7 by x plus 2 into x plus 2 into x plus 1 whole square. This is the problem. Now we have to discuss. I told you already concept. I told you already. I explained the concept. So if the denominator has a linear factor and the repeated linear factor, so we have to write the form. That means a partial fraction form. How can we? So 5x plus 7 by x plus 2 into x plus 1 whole cube is equal to, first give the priority to the linear factor. This is the linear factor, this is repeated linear. So we have to give the priority to the linear factor. So I am writing a by x plus 2 plus, can you, b by, it has cube, this is not cube, this is square. So here x plus 1 plus c by x plus 1 whole square. Did you understand? First linear factor a by x plus 2 plus b by x plus 1 c by x plus 1 whole square. The LCM of x plus 1 and x plus 1 whole square is x plus 1 whole square. The second denominator is x plus 2. Are you okay? Can we solve? Okay. Find we can write the direct step. That means I am writing like this. 5x plus 7 is equal to a into, so some of the students will not understand, I am writing the complete sense. First LCM. LCM is x plus 2 into x plus 1 whole square. X plus 1, x plus 2 are x plus 2, x plus 2 are cancelled. What is here? X plus 1 whole square. So a into x plus 1 whole square plus b into x plus 1 cancelled by x plus 1 times into x plus 2 plus c into x plus 2. The denominators are cancelled. So 5x plus 7 is equal. The numerator is as this, a into x plus 1 whole square plus b into x plus 1 into x plus 2 plus c into x plus 2. Okay, so now we are doing finding the values of ABC. We have to take the x values first. If x is equal to, what can you take? Here x plus 1 is the factor. x plus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to minus 1. So I am taking minus 1. Substitute here. 5 into minus 1, minus 5. Minus 5 plus 7. Minus 5 plus 7 is 2. 2 is equal to. If you substitute minus 1 here, minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So A is 0. If you substitute minus 1 here, minus 1 plus 1, 0. 0 into R are 0. Here, plus C into minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1 plus 2 is 1. 1 into C, C. C is the answer. C is equal to 2. The next way. If x is equal to, what can you guess? So here x plus 2 is the factor. Now I am taking x is equal to minus 2. Minus 2. So 5 2s are minus 10. Minus 10 plus 7. 5 into minus 2 minus 10. Minus 10 plus 7 is minus 3. Minus 3 is equal to, here A into minus 2 plus 1. How much? Minus 2 plus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 whole square, 1. That means A. Here, if you substitute minus 2, this is the 0. 0 into R are 0. If you substitute minus 2, 0 into R are 0. So I am getting A. We are getting A. So A is equal to minus 3. Next. So I am always preferring for x is equal to 0. Why? Because there is no other options. We have only two different factors. X plus 1 is the factor, I am taking minus 1. X plus 2 is the factor, I am taking minus 2. But there is no chance for other factor. That's why I am guessing I am taking x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0, 5 zeros are 0, 0 plus 7 is equal to 7. Substitute here 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 whole square, 1. 1 into A. Plus 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 0 plus 2, 2. 2 into 1, 2. 2 into B, 2B. Plus 0. 0 plus 2, 2. 2 into C, 2C. So already we know the values of B and C. Substitute here. That means 7 is equal to A plus 2 into B. There is no, we know the value of A. A is minus 3 plus we don't know the value of B, 2B plus 2 into C. 2 2s are 4. Minus 3 plus 4. How much? Minus 3 plus 4 1. Substitute to left side, right? Left side. 7 minus 1 is equal to 6 is equal to 2b. B is equal to 3. So our final answer. Therefore 5x plus 7 by x plus 2 into x plus 1 whole square is equal to, the value of A is minus 3, so minus 3 by x plus 2 plus B value 3, so 3 by x plus 1 plus C value 2, so 2 by x plus 1 whole square. That is the value. That is the problem. If you have any doubt, you can check. If you have any doubt, check the answer. If you get the how you get the LHS or not. So this is the different method. That means the mixed method. Mixed method means the denominator has a linear factor and the repeated linear factors. Are you okay? Are you okay? So we have to get some knowledge. We have to come to the conclusion, which is easy. If the denominator g of x has the repeated factor, that means x minus 1 whole cube, x minus 1 whole square. So we have solved two problems. We are getting some knowledge. So in this case, we have the mixed. Mixed means, I told you so many times, mixed means it is a linear factor and a repeated factor. So which one is easy? Have to tell to your brain. Are you okay? can we solve any other problem in this case or move on to the third case? What's your reply? So I am giving one problem that is for homework. I will give you in the last session. So I will move on to the case 3. I will give you some homework in the case 2. So I will move on to the case 3. Are you okay? Okay. Can you guess what is case 3? I told you. Can you guess what is case 3? I am telling you again, this is not in our syllabus. Why I am telling you this? How much times? ఎందుకు ఇన్నిసార్లు చెప్తున్నాను అంటే మళ్ళీ మీరు టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ వెతికి ఇది ఎక్కడుంది మన దగ్గర లేదు కదా ఎలాగా అనే థాట్స్ మైండ్లోకి రాకూడదు. ఇది మన సిలబస్లో మన టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కూడా లేవు వీటి మీద. కానీ నేను ఈ ఒక్క టాపిక్ వదలకూడదు అనే ఉద్దేశంతో చెప్పేస్తున్నాను. ఇది చెప్పేసి దీని మీద కొంత హోంవర్క్ కూడా ఇస్తాను. మీరు చేస్తే మీకు క్లారిటీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. Are you okay? We'll see. Now the case 3. Case 3 is when the denominator has quadratic factors. What is case 1? When the denominator has linear factors. Now when the denominator has quadratic factors. When the denominator has quadratic factors, how can we solve? So I think you know one thing. What is the general form of a quadratic equation? Is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of a quadratic equation or quadratic polynomial or quadratic function. So in this case, first in the third case again we have two. For example, second case also has two. What is that? First one is the repeated factors and the mixed. The same way third case also two. Again two subtopics. The first one is non-repeated. The quadratic factors are non-repeated. It has the quadratic factors. Okay, denominator has the quadratic factor. The quadratic factors are non-repeated. How can we solve? The same way, the denominator has repeated quadratic factors. Repeated. They are repeating. X square plus 1 whole square. X square plus 1 is a quadratic factor. It is repeating 2 times. X square plus 1 into x square plus 1. And the first one is non-repeated. That means one of the factors is the quadratic factor and the second factor is a linear factor or another quadratic factor. We have to discuss two things at a time in case 3. Did you understand what I am saying? Okay. So, chudama, the quadratic equation is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Quadratic equation అనేది ax square plus bx plus c form లోనే ఉంటుంది. Okay. For example, for example, so we are writing f of x by g of x is equal to. Be careful guys what I am explaining. This is somehow tough. How it is? For example, if you want to write the partial fractions of a proper fraction, in that proper fraction, if the denominator having a quadratic equation or a quadratic polynomial, the denominator quadratic equation cannot be factorized. we cannot factorize the denominator, we can write the fractional fractions. Did you understand what I am explaining? So I will tell in Telugu. If the I will use the Telugu. So if the denominator has the quadratic factor, denominator lo quadratic equation undi, a quadratic equation anedi factorization cheyalekapote, the denominator cannot be factorized. We cannot factorize the denominator, we can write the partial fractions. If the denominator can be factorized, we can go to the first method. We can go to the first method. How it is? For example, f of x by g of x is a function. F of x is a numerator and the denominator is g of x. This g of x is a quadratic function. It is a quadratic function. This is not a linear factor. It is a quadratic. So we are discussing the topic is quadratic. Okay. For example, in this way, we are writing the general form is ax plus b by the denominator g of x. That is ax plus b by the denominator g of x. G of x is a quadratic function. Quadratic function. That means we are substituting in the place of g of x is we have to write ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c. Why it is g of x is a quadratic function? That's why I am writing ax square plus bx plus c. In this way, the partial fractions are in the form of a linear form. That means ax plus b. I think we have small confusion. What is it? I can't understand. What is telling that much of? I think we have doubts in your mind. I will explain clearly. So first we have to observe this. F of x is a factor by g of x. G of x is a quadratic factor. So if you want to write the partial fractions for the quadratic equation, is we are using a linear form, not in a by something, b by something. Why? Because it is the denominator is a quadratic factor. That's why we are using ax plus b by g of x. G of x is a quadratic factor. What they are giving? This g of x is it is a quadratic equation, but we cannot factorize. We cannot factorize means we have learnt very well about the quadratic equations in 9th class syllabus. So where can you a quadratic factor cannot be factorized if delta is less than 0. The value of delta is less than 0. Less than 0 means it is a negative term. We are writing there is no real roots of the given equation. And delta is a discriminant. If discriminant is less than 0, we are writing it has no linear factors. That means it has no real roots and rasa. Okay. So మనం ఇక్కడ ఒక sum కి partial fractions రాయాలి అంటే quadratic form లో denominator లో ఉండే quadratic equation ని మనం factorize చేయలేకపోతేనే మనం రాయాలి. అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? Okay. Shall we discuss? For example, before going to that, we have. So what is ARB? These are the real numbers. For example, before going to problems, I will tell you some examples. The examples, sir. For example, do this. 6x plus 7 by x square minus 4 into x square minus 4. These are the repeated. X square minus 4. Observe that. 6x plus 7 by x square minus 4. So if you observe here, the degree of the denominator is 2. The degree of the denominator is 2. Why? Because it has x square. So we can use the third method, that is quadratic factor form. Okay, quadratic form. if you observe clearly the denominator x square minus 4, we have to think that can we factorize or not? We can. This is x square minus 4. X square minus 4 means x square minus 2 square. That means it can be factorized like this: x plus 2 into x minus 2. X square minus 4 can be factorized x square minus 2 square, x plus 2 into x minus 2. Now I am writing this is 6x plus 7 by x plus 2 into x minus 2. Observe the problem. It is a quadratic factor. Is this case 3? Is this case 2? Which case this is? This is case 1. Observe that. Is this case 1? It is a proper fraction. So how can we solve this? A by x plus 2 plus b by x minus 2. This is the first case. So before going to that, first one problem చూడగానే మనకి ఏమనిపించిందంటే denominator చూడగానే it is a quadratic factor. It is a quadratic factor. That's why we are applying the third case అని అనుకున్నాం. కానీ కాదు. ఎందుకు కాలేదు సార్ అంటే denominator can be factorized into 2 factors. Denominator ని 2 factors గా factorize చేసేసాం. ఎప్పుడైతే చేసామో అది థర్డ్ కేస్ ఫెయిల్ అయ్యి ఫస్ట్ కేస్కి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. Did you understand now? Did you understand now? Shall I tell one more example for this? Just example. Then we can go to the problems. We'll see. I will write one example from my textbook. That is 3x plus 4 by x square minus 3x plus 2. This is 3x plus 4 by x square minus 3x plus 2. That is equal. That is first of all, problem. If you see the problem, this is a quadratic factor. So this is the third case. That is the thing in your mind. Don't go to like that. Don't go blindly. First of all, think about the denominator. Think about the denominator. Can we factorize the denominator or not? So I think you know very well about delta. Delta is a discriminant. Discriminant formula. What is the formula for discriminant? B square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, it has 2 real roots. If b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, it has 2 equal roots. If b square minus 4ac less than 0, it has no roots. So we have to find in your mind. So can we find the b square minus 4ac for the problem? B square 9 minus 4ac, 4 2s are 8, 9 minus 8, 1. Is this less than 0 or greater than 0? Greater than 0. That means it has real roots. That means we can factorize the denominator. How can we factorize? We'll see. By splitting the middle term is easy. By splitting the middle term. So I am writing 3x plus 4 by here x square minus 2x minus x plus 2. Is this right? X square minus 2x minus x plus 2. Minus x minus 2x minus x is minus 3x. Minus into minus plus 2 ones are 2. That means that is equal to 3x plus 4 by, if I common x here, I am getting x minus 2. I am common minus 1 here, x minus 2. So that is equal to 3x plus 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 1. Once observe the problem. So if you observe that 3x plus 4 by x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 3x plus 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 1. So can we solve now in the method 3? Can we write like this, ax plus b by g of x form? We cannot. Why? Because the denominator can be factorized into 2 factors. The 2 factors are linear. Then we are doing then we have to solve this problem. We are using case 1. That means non-repeated linear factors. Did you understand? Did you understand? I am telling you the third example. That is 6x plus 5 by x square plus 3 into x plus 2. I am explaining one thing. That is, before going, for example, this is x square 6x plus 5 by x square plus 3 into x plus 2 in this way. So we are getting some knowledge in your mind. Is just right or wrong, that is secondary. The first thing is the denominator is in the form of a quadratic form, that is x square plus 3. So we can use the third method. So before going to that, can we factorize the denominator or not? Have to check. X square plus 3. So can we find the b square minus 4ac? Can we find x square plus 3 for b square minus 4ac? Do that. X square minus 4, b square minus 4ac for x square plus 3. Delta, find the value of delta. Is it negative or positive? Absolutely, it is negative. Why? Because b square, there is no value of b, 0, b value 0. So 0 minus anything is a negative term. So we cannot factorize the denominator. That's in this case we are using the method quadratic factor form, that is case. How can here x square plus 3 is equal to 0, then x square is equal to minus 3, x is equal to square root of minus 3. This is a root of negative term. Root of negative terms are imaginary numbers. Those are not real. These are real numbers. So we are using here, that is equal to 3i. I is an imaginary number. Those are the complex numbers. The roots are not real. Roots are real ga levu. Those are imaginary. That's why the quadratic equation has no roots. So we cannot factorize. So in this case, we can apply the third rule. How it is? So I am writing here. This is a linear. This is a combination. This is the quadratic factor. This is the linear. That means mixed case. And in the case 3, second one. The first are like this. Only quadratic factors. Here quadratic factor and the linear factor. That means mixed. In this way, we are using the first one is ax plus b by here x square plus 3. Quadratic linear by quadratic. Plus we have the second one is c by x plus 2. C by x plus 2. I hope you understand. Alright. So here I told you in this case 2, if you want to write the partial fractions, first the degrees of the denominators are in ascending order. But here not there. Here x square and here x. So the changes. How can we change? For example, if this is the correct, otherwise we can write first linear factor a by x plus 2 plus a. So already we have used a. So don't use a after b. I am writing bx plus c by the quadratic factor is x square plus 3. Either this one or that one are correct. Why it is correct, sir? By the commutative property of addition. A plus b is equal to b plus. Are you okay? So we have getting some knowledge. How can we solve? That is secondary. First of all, if you see the problem, which method we have to apply? Either 1 or 2 or 3. This is the most important thing in the partial equations. The most important thing. If you see the problem, okay, so we can use the case 1. Okay, you can apply the case 1. So we cannot apply the case 1. So move on to the case 2. Can we apply the case 2? If you can, you can. If you cannot, move on to the third case, can we apply the case 3? Yes, we can apply the case 3. Which is suitable and which is the correct method, correct case, you can use that is only. Don't, if you one is correct, but if you apply the 2, we cannot get. If 2 is correct, if you use 3, that is also not correct. Okay, that is the most important thing. If you observe the 3 methods are the first step, the general forms are different. That's why we have to get the more knowledge on which method, which case we have to use. Are you okay? So, can we solve the problems in this method? Can we solve? We can. Write the notes for this. Shall I write the notes? Ask me. If you are not writing clearly. Very easy. I will explain one thing, that is. For example, ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic equation. So their partial fraction form is f of x by g of x is equal to ax plus b by quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. That is a linear factor, not a linear factor. If it has repeated linear factors, means ax plus b by x plus 2 or ax square plus bx plus c. If it has, for example, I will tell you one thing. For example, 2x plus 3 by x square plus 1 whole square into x plus 1 and observe this problem. For example, repeated and the linear combination, mixed. Already we have discussed in the third problem, mixed. That mixed is quadratic and the linear. Only quadratic and linear. Here the quadratic is repeating. Quadratic is repeating and the linear. Observe that. Observe what I am saying. Observe on my words. Third example is the denominator is the combination of quadratic and the linear. Here the denominator is repeated quadratic and the linear. Repeated quadratic, that's why it has the square. So this time how can we write? That means first give the priority to the linear, a by x plus 1 plus b by what are here? X square plus 1 whole square. This is a quadratic function. That's why we are writing bx plus c by x square plus 1 plus already up to c. The next one dx plus e by x square plus 1 whole square. This is the general form. Observe clearly. Observe that clearly. A by x plus 1, the linear factor. Then the two are quadratics. So bx plus c by first one x square plus 1. The next one dx plus e by x square plus 1 whole square. So writing the general form is easy. Then we have to solve the problems. This is somehow long and somehow big. So if you solve the problems in this method, we have to gain the patience and the mind sense. So how can we get the value of a? So if we have a plus b plus c plus d plus e, so in these 5 variables, so we want only value of a. How can we apply the brain, use the brain? Then we can get. So can we do the problems in this method? Okay, I will tell you 2 problems. After 2 problems, our syllabus is completed in the first chapter of partial equations. Okay. Resolve x plus 3 by before go, okay, resolve 4x square plus 2x plus 3 by x square plus 4x plus 9 into x minus 2 into x plus 3 into partial fractions. Somehow big 4x square plus 2x plus 3 by x square plus 4x plus 9 into x minus 2 into x plus 3. Can we solve? We can. Is it tough or wrong? That is secondary. So we can. First of all, the denominator x square plus 4x plus 9. Can we factorize or not? That is the most important thing, na? Find out x square plus 4x plus 9. Find the value of delta. Do yourself. B square minus 4 is find. Is it positive or negative? What can you get? B 4 square 16 minus 4ac 4 into a1c9 4 9s are 36. So 4 9s are 36. So 16 minus 36 is equal to minus 20. It is in negative. So we cannot factorize the denominator. So we can. Did you understand what I have explained? Now x square plus 4x plus 9 की delta find వచ్చేసి b square minus 4ac 16 minus 36 minus 20. So delta less than 0. So it has no real roots. కాబట్టి మనం థర్డ్ మెథడ్ అప్లై చేస్తాం. చూడండి 4x square plus 2x plus 3 by x square plus 4x plus 9 into x minus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to first linear factors a by x minus 2 plus b by x plus 3 plus cx plus d by the linear factors are x square plus 4x plus 9. X square plus 4x plus 9. This is b concentrate. So find the LCM of the denominators here. 4x square plus 2x plus 3 by x square plus 4x plus 9 into x minus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to, the LCM is x minus 2 into x plus 3 into x square plus 4x plus 9. X minus 2 are cancelled, so a into x minus 3, x plus 3 into x square plus 4x plus 9 plus b into x minus 2 into x square plus 4x plus 9 plus c plus, this is not b as corrected. This is cx plus d into x minus 1 into x plus 3. X minus 2 here, x minus 2, remaining 2 are present. Plus x minus 2 here, x plus 3 here, x plus 3. So x minus 2 and the next two terms are present in here. x square plus 4x plus 9. This is the remaining two are presenting here. So the denominators are cancelled. So what are you getting? 4x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to a into x plus 3 into x square plus 4x plus 9 plus b into x minus 2 into x square plus 4x plus 9 plus cx plus d into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Up to here you can do easily. Now we have to find the values of A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D values మనం find out చేయడం కోసం different methods I am using. First of all, here x plus 3 is the factor. If I take minus 3, this is 0. If I take minus 3, this is the 0. I am getting only one term, so I will get the value of b. The same way, x minus 2 is the factor. If I take x is equal to plus 2, this will be 0, this will be 0, I am getting a value. So a and b I am easily getting. Then we can think about the c and d after that. Are you okay? Okay. So if x is equal to minus 3, I told you, so we have to get, we have the patience for doing this problem. So minus 3. 4 into minus 3 whole square, 9. 4 9s are 36. Minus 2 3s are minus 6. Plus 3. 4 9s are 3 square, 9. 4 9s are 36. Minus 6 plus 3 is equal. If you substitute minus 3, this is the 0. There. B into minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 into x square minus 3 square 9 minus 4 plus into minus 4 3s are 12 plus 9. Observe this. 3 square x minus 2 x ante minus 3 minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 into minus 3 square 9 minus 12 plus 9 into, if you substitute plus 3 here, minus 3 here, minus 3 into plus 3 0, 0 into x minus 2 0, x minus 2 into cx plus d 0. So I can solve 36 minus 6 30, 30 plus 3 30 is equal to, you solve 9 plus 9 18, 18 minus 12, 18 minus 12 6, 6 into minus 5 minus 30. Once there, is there in wrong? Once I can check again. Minus 2, I have substituted x is equal to minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 into minus 3 whole square 9 minus 4 3 is 12 plus 9. 36 minus 6 30, 30 plus 3 33. B into 9 plus 9 18, 18 minus 12 6, 6 into minus 5 minus 30. So B is equal to minus 33 by 30. If you cancel 3 table, this is minus 11 by 10. Minus 11 by 10. The same way, I am taking x is equal to minus 2. Sorry, plus 2. If x is equal to 2, I am substituting here 2 square, 4, 4 is 16 plus 2 2s are 4 plus 3 is equal to, here if you substitute 2 here, 2 substitute here, a into 2 plus 3 5, here 2 square 4 plus 2 4s are 8 plus 9. So if you substitute 2 here, 0, 2 here, 0. So I can solve 20 plus 3, 23. 23 is equal to 12. 12 plus 9, 12 plus 9, 21. Yes, 21 5s are 105. A into 105. So A is equal to 23 by 105. This is the value of A. A is equal to 23 is equal to A into 105. చూడండి ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఈ మెథడ్లో ఎందుకు చెప్పుకుంటున్నాం అంటే A వాల్యూ 23 by 105, P value minus 11 by 10. Is there any cancellation? Is this 105 correct? 12 plus 21. 21 by 105 correct. Not 5. Okay. Up to here, okay. So then we can solve C value, D value. So if you solve C, if you substitute 0 in the place of x, you will get the value of C. Very easy. D. After that you can get the C value. So by doing this method, it's getting somehow long. So we can use the different method, different way. How it is? We'll see. How it is? We'll see. Here 4x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to, we can multiply, we can split. That means A into here x into x square x cube plus multiply 4x square plus 9x x cube, 4x square 9x. Now multiply 3x square plus 12x plus 27 plus b into x cube plus 4x square plus 9x minus 2x square minus 8x minus 18. Once it is x cube 4x square 9x minus 2x square minus 8x minus 8 here plus cx plus d into here x square x square minus 2x plus 3x. That means x step, okay, minus 2x plus 3x minus 6. Are you okay? We can see that. That means here 4x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to a into x cube plus 4x square plus 3x square is 7x square. 9x plus 12x is 21x plus 27 plus b into x cube plus 4x square minus 2x square is 2x square. 9x minus x is equal, 9x minus 8x is equal to plus x minus 18 x cube 2x square plus x minus 18. Now we have to multiply here cx into x square cx cube, again cx into minus 2x is equal to minus 2cx square plus 3cx square. So once wait. How it is? So if you solve this, we are getting here x square plus x minus 6. Alright, x square plus x minus 6. Now we can solve. Plus cx into x square cx cube, cx into x cx square minus 6 cx into c Cx into C, 6Cx, now multiply with the D. D into x square, dx square, plus D into x, dx, minus 60. Once check. Cx into x square, cx cube, Cx into x, cx square, minus 6Cx, dx square, minus plus dx, minus 60. Okay. Now again we should multiply with ABCs. 4x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to. So can you common x plus 3 in all the terms? I can. If I common x cube, I am getting here A, here B, there C. This is one. Then this is completed. This is completed. This is completed. Have you observed? Did you understand? It's somehow long but easy. A, here B, there C. Now I am common x square. If I common x square here, 7 into A, 7A, plus 2 into B, 2B. Next, here C, plus C, plus D, plus, now I am common x. X here, 21 into A, 21A, plus 1 into B, B, minus 6C, plus D, 21A plus B minus 6C plus D. Now the constant terms A's and B's only, plus here 27 into A, 27A minus 18B, and the next thing is minus 6D. Observe here clearly. I don't complete this sum. You have to solve this sum. I am just giving hint. You have to solve yourself. That is. Now this is x square coefficient. This is x cube coefficient. This is x square coefficient. This is x coefficient. This is the constant. Now you can compare LHS and RHS. So here no x cube term. That means A plus B plus C is equal to 0. This is equation number 1. Here x square terms. 7A plus 2B plus C plus D is equal to, the here x square coefficient is 4. This is equation number 2. The same way x coefficients are 21A plus B minus 6C plus D is equal to, x coefficient is 2, and the constant terms 27A minus 18B minus 6D is equal to 3. This is equation number 3. This is equation number 4. By using these 4 equations, I have to use these 4 equations, you can get the values of A, B, C, D, E. This is the second method. So now you have to think. So you can use these 5 equations, you will get the values of A, B, C, D, E. Try yourself. Try yourself. So send me the answers to me. So how can we solve? Is this method easy or the previous method? If we substitute in the place of x minus 3, you are easily getting the value of a. The same way, if you are getting plus 2 here, we are getting b value. So how can we get the c and d? So we are not getting the values of c and d. That's why you are using this method. This method is somehow long. So if you write anywhere, for example, here minus 18, if you write plus 18 here, so we are not getting the correct values, a, b, c, d, e. So which is easy? Either this method or that method. You have to think and solve this problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave you 4 problems. You have to find the values of a and b. If you get the values of a and b, then substitute here. If, for example, if a is equal to 2, 2 by x minus 2. Plus, if b is equal to 5, 5 by x plus 3. If c is equal to some value, c is equal to 1, d is equal to 3, substitute here. 1 into x, x plus d value is 3. That means x plus 3 by some value. Okay? Try yourself.